January marks Ruben Amorim's first transfer window in charge of the club. It's a huge month and there's so many players that we have to get rid of and there's so many positions that need fixing. We are all hoping that he is given at least some back in. It's not going to be a lottery winner window. It's not going to be a window where we'd be like, oh my God, we're signing this guy and that guy and this guy. It's not going to be that. But there does need to be something made in this window. Whether the money's there or not, some players need to be brought in. Some positions have to be fixed. And one of those is the left wing back spot. Now, if you're up to date with the reports, United are reportedly eyeing up the transfer of a young Danish star by the name of Patrick Dorgu. Now, I've spoken about on this channel probably twice, I would think. Done a scout report on him way before Amorim was in charge, I think it was. It might have been in the summer. Looking at what he could bring to the table. Happy New Year, everyone. With 2025 here, it is the perfect time for a fresh start. We all have a habit that we would love to leave behind, and whether that's nail biting, doom scrolling, or, well, you know the one. Breaking free is tough. But what if I told you that there is a healthier, guilt-free way to fill that void? Introducing Fume, the sponsor of today's video. Fume is a revolutionary flavored air device that lets you replace bad habits with good ones in a natural and satisfying way. There is no nicotine, there are no batteries, there are no toxins. It's just flavored air that's as sleek as it is effective. Fume is crafted with care, it's high quality, it's got a weighted design that feels amazing to use and it looks great too. Plus, it's not addictive and making it a perfect alternative for anyone looking to do a fresh start. They've got flavours like cinnamon hearts, black licorice and the fan favourite spearmint. There's something for every single person. Spearmint in particular gives you a clean, refreshing sensation. It's perfect for tackling New Year head on. And here's the best part. Fume delivers flavour to your mouth, not your lungs. It's completely vapor-free. You can use it anywhere at work, in the gym, even during a cozy night in. It's also great for calming anxiety with satisfying snaps, clicks. It's got magnetic interactions to keep your hands busy. Over 300,000 people have already made the switch. Why not make 2025 the year that you join them? Use the code Howson, that's STEPHENHOWSON, at tryfume.com to get your free Fume topper with the journey pack. Just head to tryfume, that's TRYFUM.com, or scan the QR code on screen. Now, here's an up-and-coming, very exciting young left wing-back who seems to have all the characteristics to make a move to a top club in the very, very near future. There was a few that inquired in the summer. It didn't go through for whatever reason. And I think he's destined to end up playing for one of the big clubs across Europe. He's supposedly one of the primary targets on our shortlist, and it's for good reason. He currently plays in Serie A. He plays for Lecce, and he's also in the Denmark national team. He's only 20 years of age. He has got freakish pace. If you look at him, you will see that. You'll see where I'm coming from. Like, if you just watch him, you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, Steve was right. He's absolutely rapid. He often draws fouls because of just how difficult he is to deal with that. It's raw pace. It's just absolute explosivity. And he's got work rate to die for. And that's the sort of quality that I think Amorim will be very keen on. And I think that's why we've been linked with him, because it's such, and I hope we've been linked with him because we want him as well, to be honest with you. It's shocking nobody that we've properly gone in for him, I think. He's basically the complete package of what you're looking for in the left wing back kind of role. I think one of my favourite things about him is how high he pushes up in possession. To play the 3-5-2 in possession shape, right? I'm not going to call it a formation because it isn't a formation. 3-5-2 is obviously your three centre halves. They stay in position roughly on the halfway line. Sometimes they step up in the half space. The wide ones kind of step up a little bit to give you a little bit more of an angle, a little bit of depth to it. You'll see your two central midfielders generally holding their position deep. That gives you them 5 defensive players looking to recycle the ball and re-engage when it comes to a transition. And then you have 5 players doing your attacking work. In Amorim's system, that's both wing backs, both 10s and a striker. That's one player filling each of the 5 zones from left to right across the pitch. And Dorgu suits being a left wing back more than a left back because he is just bout it. When it gets into the final third, he is the highest and widest player in that final third. And when he gets on the ball, he loves to smash low crosses into the penalty area. Like, if you go to the match with my dad, one of the things that you'll notice is anyone gets into that kind of the space on the byline in between the edge of the box and the 6-yard box, more so than Antonio Valencia lived off this, right? That was his go-to move. And it used to make me piss. Anytime Antonio Valencia gets into that area, obviously on the right-hand side of the pitch rather than the left, there's only one thing he's looking to do. He's looking to stand up his fullback, go around the outside and smash a low cross in. Rarely was there a lofted cross or a floated one to the back stick that he hung up for someone. Antonio Valencia is stand, accelerate, smash. My dad would low and hard. Like, we're in the Stretford end, we're on the second tier, and my dad's shouting at him instructions for where to put this cross. Anyone else have someone they go to the match with that does that? I've been going to the match with him for 35 years, and he never changes. If we sign Dorgu, I'm going to film him saying it because he will say it, and he will do it because that's what he does. What he does is he gets in at that front post and he smashes a low cross into the penalty area. My dad is going to fucking love him. But he's also one that loves a marauding run into the box. He'll cut inside multiple times a game. So he's not going to just be someone that goes on the outside. He will come into that half space. He will rotate. He will drag players across. He will open up space. He will do those unselfish runs for others. And he scores quite a few goals for a wing-back. He scores a hell of a lot of goals, actually, for a wing-back. He's already scored 3 this season. And I think that's an interesting trait for us when we're lacking goals. Someone that can come in and deliver not just goals, obviously not just the assists, but also the goals. His explosiveness gives him an option to beat a man. There's multifaceted ways that he attacks, and he will be horrible to defend against. An absolute nightmare to defend against. How does he fit in? Really? He plays left wing back, lads. That's where he's going to play. It's pretty obvious. If we're honest with ourselves, that's exactly where he's going to be. Luke Shaw, supposedly back fit this month. Is he though? Malacia, it's not really persistent injuries anymore, is it? It's just persistently not good enough, I think, with Malacia. That spot is the most open spot in the starting 11. Delo's been the man that's been filling in at left wing back, but he's had like one good game, and it was against Trent. It's almost like having the night off. I think it's very obvious where he fits in. He slots straight in and he makes that position his own. He's already established himself as one of the most promising players in that position. He's got a great reputation in Italian football. Danish fans are absolutely raving about his potential. The question is United's hierarchy willing to spend or even able to spend the money that's being touted for him? It's somewhere in the region of 25 to 30 million quid. I'm sorry, to lock off one of the positions in the starting 11 long term, if we've got it, we've got to do it. I just don't know if we've got it. I don't know if we require a sale to be able to do that. I don't know what our situation is when it comes to PSR and FFP. If he will start consistently, and I would presume he would, and could be a top performer, if our scouts think he's good enough, then we do it. And personally, I think he's good enough. Now, whether it's Dorgu, whether it's Mendes, he's also been linked. We got a gaping hole in that position that needs patching up. And, we need consistent players that play in their natural positions. He does that. I think we've got depth emerging in certain areas of the pitch. Do you think, like, which position, if we signed it, where, the money's going to be this much? You can spend 100 million on a position, right? Yeah, great. And you would get, this level of performance out of doing it. But for 25 million quid, and you're going to have an overall team improvement in performance that could be somewhere up here. Especially when you're being quoted 35, 40, 50 million for Nuno Mendes. I'm sorry, I don't think it's... I think it's quite straightforward. I think Dorgu was the one I wanted in the summer. I think Dorgu's the one I still want. I know this. Just sign somebody. Now, if we've been linked with Mendes, then surely it's because we've got money in the region of Mendes' price. But, we've got so many areas need fixing. I still think, given the choice of the two, I think I'll go with Dorgu. Let me know, Mendes or Dorgu, or no preference, just get one of them signed and get them signed in quick, and can they play at weekend? That's what we need, isn't it? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.